Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Sorry, I'm buzzing. I'm so excited. Working on something like I've done my first year at uni, and I'm now learning new things outside of it in my spare time, and it is quite exciting. Welcome to the stream. My name's Mike, and we are in Unreal Engine, and the version we're using is 5.6.0. I believe. Let's just double check that. It should be 5.6.0. Yeah, 5.6.0. There we go. So what we have is we have our seed and then we have our plant. I'll wait for someone to tune in before. Actually, you know what? I'll do a quick show now. I want to do that full screen. Yeah, we'll do pi. There we go. So we can't do anything at the moment. We pick up the seed and then we can place it. And then that is placed. I don't know what is going on with those two lines. Can you guys see that? It's two. Hey, Si. I'll stop what I'll show you what I've been doing, dude. So what I've got is I've got a seed. You pick up the seed, and then what you can do is you press E, and you can place it. And then it's got a two growth cycle, and just for testing, it's been set to 10 seconds. So after 10 seconds, it will grow into phase 2, and then another 10 seconds, it will grow into phase 3, which has the fruit. There we go. And when I was first doing this, they were all like facing the same orientation, but I've got it so it's basically placed at a rotation based on where the player's camera has been looking, so it matches that placement. So, and what I'll do is I will temporarily let me temporarily just remove the seed amount, because the only way it will let you plant is if you have a seed, and when you plant a seed, the seed goes, so then you can't plant another one. So if I just unplug that, bypass that and just go straight into the line trace, I can spam a few and show you how it works. What's a nice touch, dude? Yeah, so look. So if I place them around me in a circle, all those red lines are the ray traces, and I've got it set to so you can see, can you see that? Can you see the way they're orientated now? It's so cool! I made this, dude! It's so cool! Oh, dude! And when I've learned Blender, like, which is on my list to do, I'm going to start learning Blender next week. I'll be able to create my own plants, my actual own models. This was literally a mishmash of it's literally just cylinders, a cube and a sphere. The fruits are spheres, the stem of the plant is cylinders, and then the leaves are just a squished cube. Yeah, well look, if I just run around randomly and just spawn them, and then if I do some in a row, so those red lines are the ray trace, so when I press it, it shows you where I was kind of looking. So can you see that? It's so cool, dude. It's so cool. I did a farming mechanic. Oh, I love it. Okay. Right, so the next thing to do Um, right, the next thing we need to do is when the plant is fully grown, we want to have a collision box. So if the player um, is looking at the plant and they're in the collision box, we want the plant to kind of highlight, and so the player knows that they can interact with it, and then they press a button, and then what it will do is it will remove the fruit. Right, the way I'm going to do this is going to be interesting. It will basically remove the fruit, and the way I was going to do it was when you press like E or F, because at the moment I've got E to place the crop, whereas I'll probably change that to F, but that's literally, if I show you, all I have to do is swap that out. Actually, you know what, let's do that now. Oh. There we go. Right, so F is the plant. And what I can also do is, obviously I've got one variable for seed amount. Now you can imagine if I had 5 different plants, we'd need to have individual variables for each seed type. And obviously based on what you selected as well. So if you've got a hotbar and you're selecting something on the hotbar, say, I don't know, a turnip seed, you know, it would then use the turnip seed. So if I just test that now, so F won't work until we've picked it up. Okay, F places. Interestingly, like, you see all those line traces? See the distance? There's like, I think it's set to 1,000. So, it's so cool, dude. This is exactly how I've not looked up any tutorials for this. Like, I had this idea in my head of, I'm going to do it this way, it should work, and it does. And I can show you the code. So this is the seed. So when the player overlaps the seed, we add to the seed amount. We do this. Now at the moment I've just got it in a print string, which is for development purposes. So it will show on screen, so I know that it's been collected. It's kind of like a bug. It's almost like debugging, or just making sure that things are functioning under the bonnet. And then this is the code for the plant. So at the very beginning we've got 3 phases on the plant. So we have P1 for phase 1, and then phase 2. So basically P1 is the highlighted small section. P2 is double the height with stems, and then P3 is triple the height with another stem and the fruits. And in the code at the very beginning we're saying phase 2 and phase 3 are going to be hidden, and on event tick we've got a variable for the growth time. And then what we're saying is when this actor is created, get the time and start adding to our custom variable. Okay, and then in the growth cycle itself, visual console.log. And then in the growth cycle, this basically says has 10 seconds passed. I had to have an error tolerance in here, this particular function nearly equal, because when I had the normal, like equal, it passed 10 seconds and it didn't work. So this works perfectly for me. So we're saying when the growth time reaches 10 seconds, we hide phase 1 and then we show phase 2. And then on the false of the growth cycle, if it's not 10, if it's 20, then we hide phase 2 and show 3. And then because phase 3 has the fruit, we're saying, okay, we're going to give 3 to the yield amount. Now at the moment the yield amount doesn't do anything, but we're going to... Why did I do a yield amount? There's nothing in here to do with the yield amount. Okay. So, and then the harvest time. Oh, that was it. Yes, sorry, that was it. I did the yield amount because yes, that's right. So the yield amount is to do with the crop being there. So if the crop is there, as in it's above, the yield amount is above 0, then we can harvest. So then what we'll do is we'll use that function to then sort the picking the fruit. So it's really quite simple, not too complicated at all. Oh yeah, the console log, yeah. This is it here. Yeah, what we do is this print string, like I say, when I'm in the game, if I run over this, you see the blue message at the top, C collected. You can have like pretty much anything related to what you're doing pop up on the console. Welcome to the stream. Okay, so I think there's two things I want to do. The first is I want to add a collision box to the plant that will be active when the plant is in phase 3. If the player enters that box, I'm going to make a note of this actually. Right, so we're going to have a harvest time. I'm going to put a harvest time in my notes, and we're going to say phase 3 turn on component collision box. If player enters collision box, unlucky Si. If player enters collision box, highlight plant. If player is in box and presses E, we do the following. Right, so I'm going to do this as notes. So we're going to say remove slash hide the fruit. No, hold on. Grab location of fruits, and then we're going to delete slash hide location of fruits, spawn new fruits at location of crop, enable physics, so basically they will drop to the floor. Oh, that's going to be interesting, isn't it? So am I think what I'll do is, so the new fruits that are dropped, they're going to need to have a collision box, and then what we'll do is we'll have it move towards the player. So you know, in games where I don't know, if a lot of RPG games, like if there's coins on the floor, it's actually not that common because normally you just walk over them and then boom, they're gone. Whereas in this project, I want them to um, kind of come towards the player, towards their chest, and then when they hit the collision sphere, they will disappear. So that's the harvest time. So we need to highlight the plant. After 5 seconds, destroy plant actor. Okay, so I've made a note here on Notepad. I like to have notes, especially when I'm doing stuff like this, just planning it out, making sure I know exactly what I need to do. So I've already done a highlighting thing in a separate project. So what I'm going to try and do, bear with me 1 second, guys. I'm still here. Okay. Oh my god, that's probably going to be huge. Sorry, I'm just moving across my previous games. I had to rebuild Windows, so I had to move everything off. I don't know why I did it that way, to be fair. Okay, alright, so that's moving across. So what I'm doing is I'm basically getting my project. I'm just trying to think which one it was. I think it's the forest game that I made, because I had the objects highlight when you walked over them. So all I need to do is basically open that project, and then from that project I would then just check the code. And what I'll do is I'll fine tune it. I want to give it a different colour, because in my forest game I think I gave it a yellow colour, which was quite nice. It did work really well. It was very clear. You know, when you move up to an object, can you interact with it? So I'm just moving that across. There's quite a few gig guys. I've got like five games. So just bear with me 1 second. Okay, nearly done. I'm quite excited for this. Oh my god, which one was it? Okay. What I'll do is I'll copy this to my desktop. Close that. Bear with me 1 second. Okay, I'm just extracting the files. The reason I've just put that screen up is because it's going to show like my directory on my system. Okay. Bum bum bum. Where did that go? Okay, so I've got that on my other window. Okay. Here we go, guys. Oh! Oh, crap. Oh! 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 Oh, I need to query this. That was made in 5.2.1. Let me just query this. I just need to double check it's going to work. Oh, okay. Well, the file is safe. I've got a zip of the project, so that's safe. Where did that warning go? Where did it go? Let's just open it and see what happens. It was made in 5.2.1. I've just queried it with an engine and it says it should be backward compatible. Is Wolfie breathing? Oh, look at that. This was my very first game that I made. What's going on? Right, that is what I want. You see this feature here? This is my first game. I'm so proud of it for my first game. Right, so basically this highlight thing is what I'm going to do. If I just show you. I want to show you the logs. So you see that? I want to do that glow, but I was going to go for like a cyan or a teal colour. So a nice illumination, feedback to the player that they can interact with it. It's very lush, I love it. Right, oh my god. interact. I remember doing this, interact interface. Okay. M outline. Materials. No, not that one. Why is that? But oh my god. First person. Outline. M outline. That's what I want. Okay. So that's all we need to do basically. Right, so I'm going to put that. So I've got two versions of Unreal open here. So I'm going to move that onto my second monitor. This is why I needed 3 monitors. I'm so happy that I upgraded and got a third monitor, because now I've got Twitch on my top monitor. I've got the main project that I'm streaming on my left, and on the right hand side I've got my second project open. So this is fucking brilliant. Oh, I love it, I love it, I love it. Okay, so what we're going to do is oh, how are we going to do this? Right, we need to outline. Let me just check. Right, so set the material. Right, so the prop. Okay. Got you. Alright, okay, that's interesting. So in the code for the other project, you basically select the static mesh, you set the overlay material. So essentially, instead of highlighting the entire plant, what I could do is just highlight the fruit itself, which I quite like, because the fruit is what you want to harvest. Like you don't want to harvest the whole plant. I think that's going to be a really nice fine-tuning thing. So right, let's set up the material. So new material, we're going to call this M outline. Right, so I'm going to go step by step based on my other project here. So surface, it's going to be masked, unlit, two-sided. I think I'm not going to tick that box. Roughness tracking. Okay. Alright, it looks like that's all I needed to do there. What the fuck is that? What is that? Oh my god, what is going on there? The other project's doing something really weird right now. What? Oh my god, right, let's quickly do this. Right, so the emissive colour. So, colour. colour. I can't remember. Okay. So, what colour are we going to go for? We'll go for that. Oh. Right, so then two-sided sign. And that goes in there. Ooh. I like this new edition here because on the previous Unreal, like you had to plug something in here, but you can actually click on there and say, like, this is the colour I want, instead of having to get the function. I can't even remember. Oh, it's a parameter. Yeah, I can't. I've not done that much in materials, so compared to blueprints in general, I'm not too familiar with the functions within the materials. So anyway, we've got the emissive colour selected, we've set the two-sided sign. Now the world position offset. This is basically going to handle where line thickness. Oh, no, we do not want that. Okay. Right, let's do this. So vertex normal WS. And then we're going to multiply. I think you promote this to parameter, promote to parameter. And then, there we go. That's what you need to do. So you promote that node. So we're going to call this line thickness. And then that's going to be 1. And then that goes into the world position offset. Okay. There we go. It's a little bit too close. Okay. So we have a colour, we have two-sided sign, and then the offset, so the position of the glow. So okay, save that. Okay, so now that we've got the outline in, think. So it needs to be in the plant. So we're going to add a collision box. to phase 3, I believe. So I'm going to make this collision. I think I might go for a box, you know. Box collision. Oh, that's interesting. I placed it on and straight away it's automatically set it to the main stem, but we don't want to do that. I might just actually put it on the thing itself. So box collision, and then is that flush to the surface? It doesn't look like it. That's flush, isn't it? Okay. Right, so what we will do is if we increase the scale by 2, no, it's not on the floor, is it? There we go. Is that on the floor? It's ever so slightly off. That's so annoying. Why is that not? World. Ah. No. Relative. That's 40 apparently. Dude, what is going on with that collision box? That will do. Right, okay, so we've got a collision box on there. Okay, what I want to do, I want to see if I can have that visible. I don't want to hide it in game, I want to actually see it. That feels too close because our collision box is going to be kind of like right here. That's too close to the fruit, I feel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make that another bit bigger. I want to make sure that that's a good distance, isn't it? So if the player, I feel that's a good distance there. like we're touching it there. That's a good distance. Okay, right. So I'm just going to bump up the collision box to get it. That's a bit too high. Still a bit too high. Right, up one. Okay, so we have our collision box in place. We know that's there, so now we can hide that in game. And then what I want to do is we want to go into the collision settings, overlap all dynamic. Now's the fun bit. So what we're going to do is, where are we going to have this? I could plug this in actually on event tick, custom event, and we'll call it highlight. So this will, oh, hold on. Right, so we're going to add an event. Okay. Right. Oh, we're going to say, right, so when something overlaps with it, what we want to do is we want to say, we want to have a branch to say, can it be harvested? Because we don't want it to just highlight when there's no fruit on there or at any point. So what we're going to do, we're going to get the can harvest, that's the condition. If the player can harvest, then we will set overlay material. And then we should be able to do that. And it was outline. So we're saying, can the player harvest? If they enter the collision box, is the plant at the harvest stage? If it is, and something overlaps with it, then we set the fruit to be outlined. And then what we need to do is add an event, add component, end overlap. And for this one we basically do the same. Oh, actually no, we don't even, oh yeah, there we go. No, we do need to have the same. So this will be none. This should work. Let's give it a quick go. Right. So nothing's going to happen at the moment because we know that we're not in the harvesting phase. Get ready. Oh, baby! Look at that! Oh, fantastic! Dude! That's so cool! Nice! Oh, dude. Oh, that makes me so happy. Okay, so we've done the outline. So we know that the box is there. So when the player enters that box, and that was a really good distance. See the testing that I did there in the actual engine before I previewed it. Just getting that distance just right for the player, because originally it was like this close, and that's, for me, that feels way too close. It's a bit in your face, personal kind of thing. So that was a really good distance. I'm really happy with that distance. So the next thing we need to do, GG, is we need to have it so if the player is in the box and they press E, then we're gonna destroy the components, but we're going to spawn fruit at that point. Now this is going to be interesting. So I think I can close the other project, you know, because I've got the outline done. That's all I needed the other project for. Think. Right, so the player enters the substrate beta is not enabled for this project. What's that? What's substrate beta? I've not even used anything. What? Okay, right, so when the player enters the collision box, we're saying that the fruit is enabled. Okay, so what I need to do is create some fruit now, but they need to be the exact same size. Oh my god, how am I going to do that? Oh, I've got an idea. Let's go in my first person blueprints, pickups, and we're going to call this BP fruit. Now, bearing in mind, oh actually, if I call this fruit A because I have plant A, it would make sense to have fruit A as well, in case I want to create other plants. Now, I'm going to be learning Blender next week. I'm really excited but nervous at the same time, but I'll be able to create my own plants, and oh, it's going to be so cool. I can't wait. Right, so here's our blueprint. So what I should be able to do, I should be able to copy the fruit across. Attach. Where is it? Dude, where is the fruit? Why can't I see it? Where the fuck? Where the fuck is it? Dude. Where is my fruit? I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll just. I know it was a sphere. So sphere. Right, I'm going to need to place that. Fuck me. Oh, I know why. It's because it's a it's because it's a child of that. 0.05. Right, it's going to be 0.05. Uh, 0.05. 0.05 and 1.2. No, that's not bloody right. This is a little bit annoying, isn't it? Okay, let's just get it the same bloody size. This is tricky because it's basically a child of phase 3. The size is inheriting. It's inheriting the kind of size of phase 3's static mesh, and then the size has been adjusted, so it's a bit of a fiddly one. Right, let's do this as 1. What did I have it as? 0.05. Okay, let's go 0.2. Hold on. Oh, yeah, sorry. No, I see what's happening there. Okay. Alright, let's go 0.15. Oh, that looks perfect. It's jabbing out a bit. But if I take plant A, can you see that? I'm toggling that on and off the actor. It is literally on the exact same position, guys. Look at that. Excellent. Excellent, Smithers. And then if I just do that again, look at that. There we have our fruits, right size. Right, so now that we have our fruit, sphere, overlap all, so we can walk over it, and then I want to enable physics, simulate physics, so that when it spawns it's going to fall to the floor. But then there's going to be a problem where if the player walks into it, it's going to get kicked around. So, but what I want to do is I'd like to have a separate kind of collision box to the fruit. So it will basically, instead of getting kicked around, it will basically go towards the player, like a vacuum cleaner effect kind of thing. Oh, coffee's really good. I haven't been drinking coffee because I've not been doing game dev. It's the only time that I really drink coffee. Okay. So we have the scale. So the scale of that sphere is 0.15. So that is the fruit. So what we're going to test now, we're not going to do the item going towards the player. What we're going to do is we are going to make it so if the player presses a button, then the fruit will basically drop. Because at the moment we have F. Oh, I think I do need to go back into the other project. Yes, it does, Si. Because I had an interface interact, so when the player presses E. Oh, I need to open the other project. Bear with me, guys. I had to set up this whole interface interact. So blueprint interface. Okay. Blueprint interface. 1 second, guys. I've only done this in one project, to be fair. So it's blueprint interface. Blueprint interface, and we're going to call this BP interact interface. And then new function is going to be interact. Just looking at my other project. So if we click on that function, yeah, there's nothing on there. Class settings, where's class settings? Okay, so that's the blueprint interact interface. And then if I remember, I think it was in project settings. Sorry, I'm just in the other project at the minute, guys. This is a little bit, just bear with me. I think it was input. There we go. Yeah, it was input. Okay, so edit project settings. Engine input. And then on the action mappings, we're going to call this interact. We drop down here, and then we are going to say keyboard E for interact. That's literally your typical interact. Okay, so interact is done there. So I think what I now need to do on my other project is on the first person character. I remember there being, there we go. Oh my god, bear with me guys. Jesus, I remember now. Interact. I need to open up one of the event interact from, yes. Event interact. Okay, got ya. I remember now. Okay, so we need to go into our first person character. So F is going to be the planting hotkey. So why, right, by default these sections here are standard with the first person character. Why did the person that set this up, why did they not drag this across like that? Why did they leave it like that? All of the code is meant to be within the comment, not half of it. Oh dear. Okay. Right, so okay. Got ya. Right, okay. I'm here, guys. Right, so this is to do with the spawning the plant. So I'm just going to go down here and we're going to do input action. Oh, wait. Interface. Oh, where is it? Input action interact. Why can't I see that? Oh, there we go. I typed in my interact. There we go. Input action interact. Perfect. Okay. Right, so what we're going to do, we're going to do a for each loop with break. And then, what is going on there? Right, so we need to get overlapping actors. Actor. So that goes in like that. And then we're going to have a branch. Right, and then from the does object implement interface, and then that goes into there, and this is BP interact interface. BP interact interface. Oh, hold on, I've got a custom event for interact. Oh my god, bear with me. Huh? Oh shit, did I do... What? That's just weird. I can't see anything on the event graph. What? Let's just take that. Okay. Right, okay, and then this goes there. There we go. So that, so basically when we press E, because we've, if I just go over this in project settings, engine input, access and action mappings are now deprecated. Deprecated. What? Oh, I spelt it wrong. Oh, it's the discouragement of a feature or design. Basically means stop using it. Please use enhanced input actions instead. Yeah, I think that's industry standard. One of the programs at uni mentioned something about enhanced input actions. Oh, maybe that's why I'm getting the warning, because I've done that. Why did I go into this? Well, oh yeah, that's, sorry, I was trying to explain to you guys. So the interact is here. We're setting E to be the interact button. Okay, so let me just go back into, I'm just making sure that that is the exact same as the other project I've got open. So we've got the for each loop with break, got the break, the array, That goes into that, that into that. I believe that is all set up, so I'm gonna give that a comment, and I'll just copy the comment from the other project, keep it consistent, and I'll give it a alpha saturation vibrance. There we go. Okay. Okay, so that is the interact all set up. I'm just going to move that up here. Okay. Right, so the interact interface is done. So then if I go onto the log stack on the other project, event interact, interfaces interact, interfaces. Interfaces. Where? Interfaces. Why is interface not showing on here? Oh my god. Interface. How do I... Ah! Right, okay. From big... Right, got you. Okay. Right, so if I go on the event graph in here, and one second, guys. There we go. Component overlapping. There we go. So this will only work if we're overlapping with a component or actor. So that's fine. So in here, oh no, that's not right. Oh my god, how do I add an interface? Add function. No? Was it no. Interfaces. I think it's in class settings. Interfaces, yeah, class settings. Class settings, implemented interface. There we go. So we click on the implemented, so on class settings, implemented interfaces, go interact, BP interface interact. There we go, now it's showing up. Perfect. And then There we go. Lovely jubbly. Okay, excellent. Fantastic. Right, so we're going to get player pawn, and then we're going to first person character, cast the first person character. That goes into there, that goes into there. Bob's your uncle. Oops. Oopsilon. So basically, if the player presses E, oh good. Oh wait, where's the can harvest? Right, so if the yield is above 0, you can harvest. Okay, so we need to have a branch then. We need to have a branch. Okay, and the condition for this is going to be, can we harvest? If the player can, we're going to give them some yummy, yummy fruit. So if the player interacts with the plant, when they can harvest it, right, this is going to be the tricky part, guys. So we know that the fruit is the exact same size, so this is going to be really fun. I'm quite excited to see this work because I've enabled physics on this fruit. Oh, Sai, you're going at the best bit, dude. You're going at the best bit. Oh, no worries, dude. No worries. Thanks for watching, dude. I'm literally about to spawn the fruit. Oh, dude. Right, so if the player can harvest... Nah, that's alright, dude. That's alright, mate. Take care, dude. I'll speak to you during the week. Night, amigo. Okay, so if the player interacts... Oh, there's a typo there. Look at that. Interfaxy. Oh dear, someone's done a typo. They need to fix that. I wonder if that typo... No, I'm not going to check. Okay. Right, so what am I doing? Sorry, I'm getting distracted here. Right, so if the plant can be harvested, if can harvest is true, oh, hold on a minute, I don't even need that. Why do I even need that? I don't need that. The reason I was doing that was on the other project is because I was going into the variable of the player. Right, so we're saying, can the plant be harvested? If it can, going to my notes, so I've already done the highlighting the fruit. Right, so what we need to do is we need to get the location. Get world location. So we're gonna do this 2 more times. So fruit 1, fruit 2. Okay, so we're saying we're getting the location, and then we're going to spawn 3 fruits. And then we're gonna, right, okay. I'm really excited to see this work, guys. Right, spawn spawn actor from class. Fruit A. Now, because it's a sphere, we don't need to change anything. We just need that location. But I want to do that 3 times. You know what? I think it would just be easier if I just did this 3 times. I would much rather just... So when can it be harvested? So we basically, what we're doing is we're spawning the fruit based on the location of the 3 fruits on the plant. We're getting the world location of those, and we're spawning a fruit at those specific points. So then we need to do another thing. So we're spawning those. So let's destroy those components. So destroy component. Right, so we're spawning fruit. and then we're destroying those components on the plants. They will disappear. So then what we're going to do, we're going to set his harvest off to stop the player from spawning more fruit. And then we're going to have a delay of 5 seconds, and then and after 5 seconds we will destroy the plant. Let's see if it works. I'm a little bit excited. It should work. If it does, this is going to be amazing. Oh. Oh dear. Collision enabled is incompatible. Okay, what I think I need to do... Oh, hold on a minute. Let me try that again. It's not the components, it's the fruit that I'm spawning. Oh, I didn't get an error there. Why did that... Brilliant! Let's give it a go, guys. Right, so what we're expecting is when the plant reaches stage 3, we should be able to interact with the object. It will spawn 3 fruits that will drop, and then they will disappear from the plant. And then that will destroy and there we go. That's so good. Ping, ping. I'm not sure why I'm getting that. Okay. Let's go over that all dynamic. Let's see what that does. Because what happened when it dropped, it landed directly on top of another one, and it didn't roll off of it. Oh. Why is that not? I kind of want it to. You see what's happening, because 2 of the fruits are literally directly on top of each other. But obviously, when this is made as an actual model, the fruits aren't going to be like that. They are going to be slightly different. It works. That's a lot of fruit. Right, if I hold on. I'm going to do overlap on the pawn, because what that will do, it will mean I'll be able to walk through that and not kick it around. Why is that not working? Sorry, I'm having a bit of fun just walking into my fruit. Oh, that's so good. Oh, well done. Did you see what happened there? The fruit that was... that was strange. I have to remember that this isn't how it's gonna... We know there's two fruit there. When I make this model in Blender, it's not gonna be like that. It's gonna... the branches are gonna be as you would expect with a fruit producing plant. It's gonna be branching. It's not gonna be how I've made it at the moment. So, but I'm happy with that. So we've got the plant highlights, the fruit highlights when it's in harvest. The fruit, the fruit is highlighted, and then the player can harvest the fruit. It removes the component. It destroys the component from the plant, drops it on the floor, and then after 5 seconds that disappears. So the next thing I want to do, right, if a player is in a box and presses E, grab the location of the fruit, done. Delete the fruit, done. That's what happens on this bit, delete the fruit. Spawn new fruits at the location, enable physics, done. After 5 seconds, destroy the plant. Right, so now what I want to do is, if I go into I'm going to create a variable. I'm going to call this fruit A. I'm just going to call it fruit A. We'll call it an integer. That's set to 0. So if the player walks, We need to have a collision sphere to this. So if I click on that and just add sphere collision, and then if I place that let's make that let's go for 2. So basically if the player I think I can close the other project now. Right. I want to make that even bigger. Yeah, so basically if the player's within that, then the fruit will move towards them. Okay. Sorry, I just need to check my sugars, guys. Bear with me. Okay. Okay, right, so on component begin, on component, right, so when the player overlaps with that, is there like a move towards function? Hmm. Ah, hold on. I know I've seen it. I know I have seen it. I can't remember what it's called. Hmm. Um. Hmm. Uh. Um. Okay. Uh. I've not done this before. mesh. First person mesh. That must be why I was having a weird problem. Do you remember I was saying, guys, about why is there two? That might explain why I'm seeing that line there. That's definitely what the problem is there. I have no idea. I have no idea why it's doing that. Let's just go for first person mesh. Okay, so we're saying when the player overlaps with the collision sphere of the fruit, move into place and target. Don't know if that's gonna. Oh. I have genuinely got no idea if this is going to work. Can we set the homing target? Let's put some values in here. I don't want to look up a tutorial for this because I'm having fun playing around with this. Projectile. Let's go 5. If the player overlaps with that. I've not done this homing thing before. Hey, sorry, dude. I've got my Twitch on the top monitor. I didn't see your message. I do apologise. What do I think about the new version? I've only started using it today. The past year, I've been using 5.2.1. So I haven't really played around with it enough to see what's new as such. But yeah, I don't really know. I don't really have an answer, dude. Sorry. But welcome to the stream. Insert movement. I want it to move towards the player. Um, hmm. Right, that was wrong. Hmm. Let's just see if that works. Get rid of that. Hmm. Just reading the description here. Hmm. Whoa! Right. That works good, but we want that to be okay. Okay, get the location of where the sphere is. That's the start, and that's where it's going to. So if we do that, and then that, let's see if that works. I wonder if that's because um, uh, I wonder if that's going to work. Whoa, come back, dude! Oh dear. I think I've lost my ball. Oh, dude. Okay. Right, so when we go towards it, let's see what 1 does. Uh, I'm gonna I'm gonna unplug that. I'm gonna see. Dude, what? God damn. It's like you want to reverse it. I'll tell you what, let's see if that works better. So we're getting that and we're lerping towards that. 0.1. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna what is it on? What axis is that? That's on the Y, Z. Okay. I'm gonna do 1. Simulate physics. Okay, so if we do that's instant. Okay, let's try 0.01. Hey Tron, welcome to the stream, dude. I've got this really cool farming mechanic I've created. I'm just trying to... I'm just... oh god. I'm just trying to... I'm trying to get it so... I'm trying to get it so that the fruit moves towards the player when they go near to it, so it kind of like almost floats towards them. Sorry, I'm tired, it's like 2 in the morning. Let's try that again. So 1 seems to be a lot slower. Why is that not? Why is that not? Hmm. I think it needs to be set actor. I don't want to move. Is it moving? Set the fruit. Get the player's location. the player overlaps with the sphere, set the actor yeah, it's a bit tricky. I mean, let me show you what I've done. So I did this all today. So you go over here. This is the seed. You get the seed. You press F to plant it. So I haven't got a limit at the moment, and it's got a growth cycle. So after 10 seconds, it will go to the second phase. At 20 seconds, it will go to the third phase with the fruit. Like that, and then if you go onto the plant, the fruit will do that. You press E, you can harvest the fruit, and then after 5 seconds it destroys itself. I just wanted the fruit to basically, you know, like if you walk towards it, I want it to kind of go towards the player, like as if they're walking over it and they collect it. I don't want the player to have to press E loads of times on the fruit. So yeah, I'm just trying to get that. This worked better than that function. I mean, this one had a bit more life to it than that one. What is direction vector? Yeah, I mean, I'm really happy with it. This is just the final bit, really. Just giving the fruit a little bit of life and moving towards the player when they walk over it. It's I've not done this before, though, to be fair. I've done a lot of stuff, but not something like this where you're kind of making it move to the player. Right, so this is the plant. It has 3 phases, 1, 2, and then 3. The seed is a separate thing. The fruit. So basically, what happens is when the plant is ready and the player goes over it, the fruit highlights. And when the player interacts with it and presses E, we basically destroy the components on the plant, and before we do that, we get the location of those fruits and we spawn the fruit pickup. That's how it works. Well, I already looked into that and did attach a movement component with the homing option, but apparently that's not the ideal kind of way to do it. Oh God. I'll tell you what, I think I'm just gonna go back to what was working, because so that's not even doing anything, whereas this one does. You see what I mean? You go towards it, and then it's there. Let's just go with that. For some reason the set actor location isn't having the same effect. It's quite annoying, but I mean, it looks nice, doesn't it? It does the job. It's my first time doing a little thing like that, a little mechanic. It can always be fine-tuned. So if I just walk towards it, it kind of almost teleports. Do you know what I mean? What were you trying, dude? See, that teleports is so damn quick. Let's just put that at half and see. I'm going to actually put that 0.7. Actually, you know what? That's actually um, where is I'm just wondering if I could do something. A visual novel? What, are you making a visual novel? I'm confused with your comment, dude. Sorry, I don't understand what you mean. You know what? I'm going to try something here. I'm gonna make the collision box bigger, just for a test, and I'm gonna see if that makes a difference. So, what the fuck? Why is that 26? Oh my god. Right, I'm gonna set this to 50, and I'm just gonna see if that actually. Oh. No. Oh, nice, dude. I need to add a panel on my Twitch for my itch channel because I've got 2 of the games I've made up there. I want to put up my other games as well. Let me put a link in actually, dude. Give me 1 sec. If you 2 games I've made. I've got a fish clicker, idle clicker, and then a Space Invaders style game. 1 second. Yeah, check these out, dude. Oh my god. Oh, 1 sec, I need to sign in. What a pain in the arse. Bear with me. There you go. Do you mean you played the original Space Invaders? Check that link out. That'll take. I need to work on my profile on it because I haven't done anything. All I've used it for is to put 2 games up. Oh, you've played it? Really? When did you play it, dude? Oh, hold on. Are you someone from uni, or I've got quite a few viewers, so I can't keep up with who's who. You know what? Oh. So you've played my game? Or have you seen me making it or playing it? What am I doing? Oh, okay. Well, check out the link. I've got my fish idle clicker on there. It's called Fish Fest. So when the player goes over the fruit. Oh, okay. Well, it's on my itch, so it's playable. I think it's bug free as well. It's pretty fun. It's really cool. I'm really proud of it actually. I got a really high mark for it. So I think I've got 87% for that one. Right, fruit A. We're going to add 1. So we're going to set fruit A. Get add 1. What am I doing here? What am I doing? Oh my god. Let's move that down. Okay, so when the player goes over the collision box of the fruit, we set the location of the fruit to the player. I'm just wondering if I can... Right, sorry, I'm getting sidetracked here. And then we set the fruit to +1. And then what we'll do is we'll then destroy the collision sphere. We're going to destroy that component to stop the player from glitching it to get multiple fruits. And then we'll have a delay of 5, maybe? Maybe that's too long. Let's go 0.2 and then destroy actor. Let's see how that looks. Oh! That was quite funky. Ah, I didn't do a let's just do a print thingy. Print string. Just so I know that it is working. And that we are getting the integer added there. There we go. There we go. I'm so proud of this. I had this idea in my head of how I wanted to do this, and it's exactly how I wanted to do it. And obviously these plants at the moment, this is just something that I've whipped together in Unreal. It's not a static mesh, it's oh! Are you seeing that? Oh my god. Oh my god, that actually works really nicely. Hold on. Why am I getting 0? Hold on, why is it... Whoa. Set fruit A. No, they're not. No, when they don't go through the floor. Spawns the fruit. It adds what? It gets fruit A and it sets it. And we add 1. We destroy the collision sphere. Oh, maybe I should do... Why was that not adding correctly? Why did that just say 0? What? Dude. +1 to the fruit variable, fruit A. I don't understand why that's not adding that correctly. Why is that? What is going on there? When we go into the sphere, we move the fruit to the player, we add 1 to the fruit, we get the fruit, and we set it +1 to the print string. We destroy the collision sphere. I'll tell you what, I'm going to move that up here. See if that makes a difference. I don't think it will. Let's just see if that makes a difference. Really weird that that wasn't +1. Did you see that? I just got a +1. So this should go up to 4 when I harvest this one. There we go. Do you see that top left? Really strange. So just shifting that along in the code has fixed it. I have done it. I quite like that as well. I know it's not exactly what I had in mind for the fruit appearing, like as in how I wanted the fruit to move to the player, but it's if you think about it, with a little sound effect on there as well. Like watch, if I just press that, they kind of, if you're looking down, see that? They do actually look like they're kind of going to the player. If I quite like that actually. I'm happy with that. Yeah, I'm happy with that. All I did was shift the code around. So basically this collision sphere, this whole thing that handles the player essentially collecting the fruit is handled by the collision sphere, and to prevent the player from bugging it, I basically destroyed the collision sphere so they can't trigger multiple pickups for one fruit, and that function was here. So shifting it at the beginning has somehow resolved the issue. It doesn't make sense in my head. What do you mean then? What, I don't understand what you mean, dude. Why would, what would Nintendo like? Okay, well that works. If I just show you one more time, we go over, pick up the seed. If we just plant some crops, and then I've also got it so that the crops are placed, the rotation is based on where the player's looking. So you can see here, you see how they're all orientated differently. Oh yeah, I will have something like that. I haven't done any UI on this project. It's all I wanted to do was get this farming mechanic done, and this is the final bit. So I've got the 3-stage growth cycle. When it's fully grown, the fruit highlight. You go over to it, you press E, they come off. Can you see that? It's literally, it's very simple, but I actually quite like it. And you can imagine with an audio cue, a little kind of pop, like a little, like that kind of noise, like. Do you know what I mean? It's just, it's really cool. I'm happy with that. I have done my farming mechanic. And look, 64 fruit I've collected there. I'm very happy with that. I have set out what I achieved to do, aimed to do. 3 hours streaming now, and I did 2 hours earlier. 5 hours to teach myself a farming mechanic. Did that all on my own. Super happy with that. Super happy. Obviously an audio cue would really like polish that off. Just a little pop, you know, a harvesting noise, like, and then this could be applied to anything really, like oh, it's so cool. It's really satisfying just making something and testing it, and you know, just when it works, it's beautiful. Oh, I'm so happy with that. Right. Yeah, that is true. They do. Time flies when you're in dev. It really does. Like, it's mad how fast time goes. But I'm super happy with that farming mechanic. We've got a few errors here, but this is to do with pending garbage. I need to look into that really. It doesn't mess up the game. Not sure what causes that one. So yeah, so the code for that mechanic, this is for harvesting the fruit. So a tiny bit of life when you pick it up. We add to the fruit A variable, and then we destroy the fruit after 0.2 seconds. The seed for planting, when you pick it up you can basically plant one. And then the plant is here, so we've got the later phase is hidden, we've got the event tick for the growth time cycle, and then we've got the growth of the plant, the cycle itself, the harvest, the outline, and interacting with it and spawning fruit. And this is for placing planting the seed to grow the plant. So I am super happy with that. So if I round that up and say that's a 5-hour project, I've taught myself a farming mechanic, and super easy. Well, yeah, super easy, fairly straightforward. I love it. And what I can do, I'm going to be teaching myself Blender next week, so I'll be able to hopefully make my own assets. So I could basically create a really nice plant, and then what I would do is what would I do? I'd replace it, and I'd drop in here on the viewport. I would just drop in the 3 different static meshes for the 3 phases of the growth cycle, and then I can create a static mesh for the fruit itself. So I'll be really excited to test that out. I'm really happy with that. I feel like I'm waffling now. Right, I'm going to call it there because it's nearly 3 in the morning. But I'm actually buzzing. I'm not even tired. I'm really buzzing that I've done that. So thanks for joining me tonight, guys. Feel free to follow on Twitch if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to check out my YouTube channel. There's 2 playlists for Unreal and Unity, so you can find tons of game dev streams in there. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you in the next stream, guys. Take care.